Welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. So in order to write the equation of a line, there's two important pieces you need. First, you need the slope of that line, and then you need at least one point that is on that line. If you have those two things, you can write the equation. So once you have those two things, you can write the equation using slope-intercept form. And keep in mind, m stands for slope, and b is the y-intercept. Let's see how you do it. Now there's actually two different forms of the equation, standard form and slope-intercept form, and we're mainly going to deal with slope-intercept form, so you will have to change standard form into slope-intercept form if you're given standard form in the question. So here are the steps to solve. When you're asked to find an equation of a line that passes through a given point, and you're told it has to be parallel or perpendicular to a given equation, you need to follow these steps. Step 1. Determine the slope of your given equation. So that includes maybe changing it to slope-intercept form. Step 2, determine the slope of the new equation, which is either going to be parallel or perpendicular to the given one. And remember, parallel is going to be the same slope, perpendicular is going to be the negative reciprocal. Step 3, plug in the slope and the point that you're given to the slope-intercept form of the equation and solve for b. And then lastly, you'll be able to write your new equation, which is the line that passes through the given point and is parallel or perpendicular to your given equation. So let's do this piece by piece. First question, what is the slope of a line given by the equation below? So we're going to need to rewrite this into slope-intercept form. So first I'm going to move the x term to the right-hand side. So this becomes negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 10. Then I'm going to divide by negative 2 to each term. And I get y equals 2x, 10 divided by negative 2 is 5. So my slope of this equation is 2. Next piece, what is the slope of the line parallel or perpendicular to the one below? Now this is the same equation, so we know already that the slope, which is given by m, is 2. So the parallel slope is going to be the same, also 2. And the perpendicular slope is going to be the negative reciprocal. So in this case, negative 1/2. All right, let's go ahead and put it all together now. We're going to write the new equation that's parallel or perpendicular to this one and passes through the point 3, negative 4. So our original equation written in slope-intercept form is y equals 2x minus 5. And then the parallel slope we said was 2, and the perpendicular slope is negative 1/2. Okay, now your point here, and I'm going to label it x comma y, is 3, negative 4. All right, I'm going to write out the slope-intercept form of an equation, y equals mx plus b. I don't know b, but I know everything else. I know the slope, and I know x and y because that's this point right here. So I'm going to start with parallel. So this is going to be negative 4 because that's my y, equals my slope, which I said was parallel, so 2, times my x here, which is 3, plus b. And I need to solve this for b. So negative 4 equals 2 times 3 is 6, plus b. So I subtract 6 now, and I see that b has to equal negative 10. So the equation for my parallel line, remember it's got to have the same slope, which is 2, 2x minus 10. This is the equation for my parallel line. Let's do it one more time, and this time for perpendicular. Y equals mx plus b. My y again is negative 4. My m this time is the perpendicular slope, so negative 1/2. Then x is 3, and I'm going to solve for b. So this becomes negative 4 equals negative 3 over 2 plus b. I'm going to add 3 over 2 to both sides, so I get negative 4 plus 3 over 2 equals b. I got to solve this, and it's negative 5 over 2 equals b. So my final equation is going to be y equals negative 1/2 x minus 5 over 2. And that is the perpendicular one to this equation passing through this point. All right, let's do it all again one more time just for good measure. What is the equation of a line perpendicular to this one that passes through this point. Write your answer in slope-intercept form. So first things first, we need to change this equation to the right form. So let's subtract x on both sides, and we get 6y equals negative x plus 6. Then we need to divide by the constant in front of y, which in this case is 6. So we divide and we get y equals negative 1/6x plus 1. Okay, so our slope here is going to be this number, negative 1/6. What is the slope perpendicular to that one? You have to flip it and change the sign. So in this case, that would be 6 over 1, or just positive 6. So we know that the slope of our new line is going to be m equals 6. I know the first point is going to be x equals negative 1 and y equals negative 6, and I need to solve for what is b. So let's write it out. Y equals mx plus b is our form. So plug in what we know. Negative 6 equals 6 times negative 1 plus b. Well, that's negative 6 equals negative 6 plus b. Well, that means that b is 0. So now we can write our equation. Our final answer is going to be y equals negative 6x plus 0. I don't have to write the plus 0, and that's my answer. Alright, that's it for this video. Go ahead and try some practice on your own.